clearly God has 4 attributes.
Who says?
That book, in that book.
That doesn't, but the Surah Fatiha does.
Yeah.
Surah Fatiha speaks of 4 fundamental attributes of Allah. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Malik Yawm.
Yes.
These are the 4 fundamental attributes of God,
yes,
which with interaction sprang into so many attributes.
Yes.
And from the vantage point of human beings, if you look at these attributes, they would begin to appear as containing many others.
Yes.
And when they interplay with each other, then they really multiply. So this is why, and if you listen to the commentary of Surah Fatiha, which I delivered here during the last Ramadans, then you understand why this style is used, and why this is related to even ghazab, because it is very strange to look at that Surah Fatiha starts with the introduction of a God who is Rabbul Alameen, Rahman, Rahim, Malik Yawmuddin, but ends up with Zalleen and Maghzoob Alayhim. If God had not the quality of being angry or wrathful to others, how could people become, Zalleen and Maghzoob? So that means this characteristic is born out of the lack of these characteristics, lack of application of these characteristics. So essentially God is not Mughzib, the one who would show wrath. This is why also this Maghzoob Alayhim is used in passive form. They became the objects of wrath. It doesn't say Allah showed His wrath upon them. That is a further indication that Mughzib is not a permanent attribute of God, but it is born out of lack of application of Rahmaniyat. If a creature goes so far away from God that creature fails to receive the benefit of Rahmaniyat, that is the state of Maghzoob Alayhim. So lack of a positive value becomes a negative value. So in this way God's attributes can be multiplied by 2 at least. Rahimiyat, and when God is not Rahim to someone out of his own fault. Rahmaniyat, and when he is not Rahman for some people temporarily because of their own fault. And similarly Rububiyat and the lack of it, and Malikiyat and the lack of it. So when it becomes 8 instead of 4. But there are other ways of pondering over the question and delving deeper into the meaning of these attributes, and then you will begin to see many other attributes born out of these 4. At least they can be multiplied by 2 in this way. And as far as the angels are concerned, the Holy Quran tells us that their attributes end up with 8. But there could be other angels with many more attributes to be created by Allah. But as far as we are concerned, they are angels with 4 wings. And more than 4 wings are not mentioned. But in the Qiyamah, in the end, God's arsh is shown to be carried by 8 angels. Instead of 4, they become 8 fundamental angels. Because that day would also carry the dispensation of justice, where God will have to show His anger and annoyance at others. So these 4 extra angels are mentioned there because there the dispensation of justice would also come into being in the negative terms as well. These things are very interesting studies.
Yes.
You know, beautiful mental exercise and, like sightseeing.
Yes.
Once you enter the subject, one leads you to the other and so on and so forth.
Yes.
But basically all religions have touched upon the truth.
Yes.
You see, this is why Confucianism
Yes.
is become so precious to me.
Yes.
Particularly in Confucianism, I have found
Yes.
many similarities.
Yes. That's
So the
resemblance.
fundamental truths are mentioned in the Holy Quran.
Yes.
And the philosophy, as mentioned in the Holy Quran, of creation and the properties and this and that.
Yes.
And this is exactly what is claimed by God.
Yes.
فِيهَا كُتُبٌ قَيِّمَةٌ.
Yes. Yes.
All the books with truths worth retaining
Yes.
have been contained in the Holy Quran.
Yes.
So if there is a similarity between Chinese religious philosophies
Yes.
and the Holy Quran,
Yes.
it shouldn't be surprising at all.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly
What
how it
I want
should be.
what I want to say is this, that not only we should point out resemblance as resemblance between Islam and Confucianism,
Yes.
but we should try to get out what is the weakness, weak point, negligency in Confucianism. Masalan, this Yi Jing, it mentioned every creation has 4 attributes, but it not clearly mentions attributes of God. It mentions name of God. Also mentioned God come from East. After that, all the creatures come from East.
This is...
It should.
I understand this point, but the Holy Quran doesn't claim that these older teachings have been kept intact. On the contrary, the Holy Quran tells us
Yes.
that they become corrupted by the passage of
Yeah.
time. So you have to expect these signs of corruptions there. You can't expect them to be intact, as if they have been preserved for you
Yes.
from eternity,
Yes.
and nothing has changed about them. This is wrong picture.
Yes. Sir.
The Holy Quran tells us that many things about them have been changed, have been corrupted.
Yes.
Yet, if you study them
Yes.
more closely and intently, you will always find the fundamental features
Yes.
of accord with the basic teachings of the Holy Quran.
Yes.
So that is what we should look for.
Yes.
And also, as we have said, criticize the superfluous additions by man
Yeah.
and tell them that
Islam is
as long as
Yes.
you agree with Islam, this means sense.
Yes.
The moment you have a divergence and go away from Islamic values, then you start speaking
Yes.
nonsense instead of sense.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So,
So it's your job, your task to do it.
yes. Sometimes I'll ask some questions. Through that light, I can do better.
Yes, you better take notes
Yes.
on the points which you want to clarify.
Yes. Yes.
And you may bring them here and we can have a very good discussion here.
Yes. Yes.
Why not tomorrow,
Yes. Yes.
if possible?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. That would be very interesting. Yes.
Assalamu alaikum, Huzur. Huzur, one of the name of Allah is revealed to Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam, that is Rafiq. And one name is mentioned in the Holy Quran as Wali. Does these two names are the same? Are they same or they're different? I mean,
Of course, they are different, of course.
I mean, one
be the same.
encompasses the other, doesn't it? One name encompasses the other name. I mean, Wali encompasses the name of Rafiq. Because if one is Rafiq, then he is Wali as well.
Is he?
If one is Wali, then he is Rafiq as well, isn't it?
But if one is Rafiq, is he Wali as well?
Not necessarily.
So they're different.
But Wali encompasses Rafiq.
Not necessarily there either. I mean,